Carlos is a last name. Abercrombie and Fitch, last names. Armani is a last name. Baskin Robbins is a last name. Chrysler is a last name. Fisher Price, Gucci, Hennessy, Harley Davidson, Hilton, Honda, Kohl's, Kraft Foods, Lowe's Movie Theater, Marriott is a last name. Maybach is a last name. Nordstrom is a last name. Pillsbury is a last name. Porsche is a last name. Procter and Gamble, 2 last names. Rolls Royce, Charles Rolls Henry Royce, last names. Turner Broadcast System, Ted Turner, last name. Versace, last name. Wells Fargo, Henry Wells, William Fargo, last name. Walgreens, last name. Wrigley's, last name. Welch's Grape Juice, last name. Here you are, you think you're buying a product. You are not buying a product, you're buying a name. You think you're wearing a product. Hey, look at this product. No, you're saying, look at this family. And what you don't know is while you're making every family rich, you're making yourself broke.
Woo! Good morning, dreamers. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. You already know, excited to go ahead and dive into a brand new month, right? Today is not just any month. This is the start of a month of more miracles, right? May, more miracles in May. Super fired up. There's so much momentum going down right now. And I know this is a crucial, pivotal time to go ahead and take advantage and explode coming in to the next handful of months. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. Let's get started for today. We've got a lot going on today, a packed out schedule. So make sure you guys are stay tuned inside of the chats. We've got some really special calls coming up. So today we're going to be talking about building your brand. And I'm not even going to go live on IG today. I don't even want to give them this sauce, but this is crucial. This is really big to go ahead and think about. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give them a sneak peek, actually. I do want them to see this because they need to learn about building their brand. It's crucial. So let me get IG tapped in. Fam, what is a couple pieces that everybody's grateful for coming into today? Let's get this energy flowing. Let's get these chats rocking and rolling because today's going to be a good topic that you're going to want to make sure you take notes to not just learn, but also to be able to go ahead and duplicate as well. So here we go. Let's go ahead and dive into today. Building a brand 101, 5 tips and 5 keys. Why it's crucial for all of us to take the time and go ahead and make this happen. So here we go. IG is tapped in. What is going on, fam? So good to see the fam. So grateful to be alive. So thankful to be on here with each and every one of you. So grateful to be able to grow. Today is day 652, writing the vision plain, getting things down on paper, right? Because they say a vision happens 3 times. First in the mind, second on paper, and third, now we can go ahead and manifest it into reality. You already know we are kicking off the day with our Kangen to get us started. Whole Foods diving in. So let's go ahead and get to it. Let's dive in. Building your brand 101. I've got 5 crucial keys on why it's important for all of us to go ahead and really make time to build this. Here's why. Okay, number 1. The first key, and for myself, I went to college, right? I spent $33,000 to go and get that fancy bachelor's degree piece of paper. And for me, my bachelor's degree was actually in marketing. Serena, it's good to see you. Blessed Wednesday. Yes, 5 keys today on why it's important to go ahead and build your brand. So for me, when I was getting out of college, I had a marketing degree, just spent $33,000 to go ahead and learn this thing. And if there's a couple key takeaways, I'm going to give them here to you today. Number 1, it doesn't matter how great our product is, how phenomenal the value that we have is, if nobody knows who we are, where it goes, right? Nobody's going to be able to know what we have if we don't go out and speak it. If we don't go out and display the products, display what is that we're utilizing every day, showing the testimonials, leveraging the team. All of these things is so crucial when it comes to building a brand. Okay, so first things first. Number 1, when you guys, I want to play a game. When you guys think of any brand that I speak out right now, let me know the first thing that comes to mind. You ready? Here's number 1, Nike. What's the first thing you think about when I just spit out the name? When I speak the name, you automatically think of Just Do It. right? A lot of brands have slogans. Reebok has a slogan, Apple. The moment that I say Apple, you immediately probably start to think of what? The logo. So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the way the human brain is designed, we all think in pictures. If you don't believe me, let me prove it to you. Don't watch this. Don't think about a pink elephant. Don't think about a pink elephant. You see, even though I said don't, you still thought about a pink elephant. It might have been sitting on a ball, might have been standing, but whatever it is, you still pictured it. This is why individuals make vision boards so they can see their vision. They can actually bring that picture into reality. So for everybody right now, I want to ask you, when people come on your page, when they see your brand pop up, what are the first couple things that come to mind? For some of you, it might be fitness. It might be health and wealth. Maybe you guys are really putting out your entrepreneurial spirit. But there's really an average of 3 to 4 keys that every good brand has. So if you think about it, somebody like Alex Morton, let's take the best of the best in the industry. Alex Morton, on his page, you're going to find entrepreneurship. You guys are going to be able to find fitness. You're going to be able to find the spiritual side of success. So it's not about just being one thing. For many of you, you have hobbies. Well, guess what? Your hobby is actually able to be utilized inside of this space. Matt Rosa, for the longest time, he was building a business, running events, and he put out one video of him playing the guitar. And finally, somebody reached out that could actually relate to him. And he went on building a huge organization because he started putting out content that was also passionate to him. So this is crucial. So remember that even if you guys have hobbies, don't be afraid to showcase that, because maybe that might be how somebody else ends up relating with you. Dreamers in the building, I see you. So what are a couple of things to think about when somebody comes on your page? What are 1, 2, 3 things that's going to come to mind? Right, for my page, you guys are going to see fitness. You're going to see a lot of entrepreneurial things. You're going to see part of the spiritual side to success, health and wealth, all of these tied together. And this is a part of my brand. And isn't it interesting, just as we heard at the beginning, a lot of the biggest buildings that we see, some of the nicest cars that people drive, a lot of the foods that we eat all the time, it's actually named from people's last names. Rolls-Royce, Henry Ford, McDonald's. Isn't that crazy? So it really started making me think about a handful of years ago how important it is to make our last name known. Everybody go ahead and drop down your last name for me. If you'd like your last name to go ahead and ring for generations, if you believe you are the one to break generational curses, drop it down below, because this is where it all begins. When it comes to building a brand, you guys can actually go ahead and do this multiple different ways. Love it. Love it. Damian Palencia. Let's go. So think about it like this. Not only can you use your name, Calix in the building, I see you, brother. Not only can you utilize your name if you want to build a brand, but you guys can think about it like you're building your superhero. This is your movie star. When I was living out of my car, Hippolyte, let's go. Mine's long. Don't worry about it. It's all good. So when I was living out of my car, my brand for the longest time, right, when I was playing sports, it was always define 22, because 22, that was always the number I had on the back of my jersey. So anything that I had, I'm talking about whether it was on Facebook or Instagram or different platforms, it was always define 22. But as I started to grow and as I started to get around some of my mentors, they're like, D, the 22 is cool and all, I love it, but here's the deal. When you go speak on stage, is that what you want to say? Define 22? It's a great number, but I started to look at individuals like Alex Morton, like some of the greats, like it's Matt Rosa, right? Jason Brown, some of the top individuals inside of the space. I started to see, wow, they've actually used their name. They either used their name or they created something next level, right? Tia Bolden. She wrote the Tia Bolden. So you guys can go out and you can decide What is the superhero that you want to be? My name is Dylan Fine. So my nickname forever was always D Fine. But I was like, I gotta make this huge. I want to go ahead and take this to another level. And hence Define Dreams was created. You know why I created that? Because I thought about it. Getting out of college, I was like, man, nobody's really taking the time to define their own dreams. That's why most people end up stuck. And I'm just getting funneled into something that they don't really want to be doing for 40 years of their life. And that's how my brand was born. And it's so wild. And I'll tell you guys the story a little bit later, but you'll go and see that you might have something that gives you inspiration, somebody that sparks your fire. And like, you know what? That's it. This morning I was game planning with Rudge. And I'm like, Rudge, it's time. His first username just now was 7lp.eth.ethereum. I'm like, bro, what the heck does 7lp.ethereum? And he told me about it. He's like, how to do with chakras, how to do with growth. But I'm like, the problem is, and anybody reading that, they're going to have no idea what that is. That's going to be kind of hard to remember. 7lp.eth. So I was like, you know what? Let's go to Mastermind a little bit. And we started putting things on paper. We started getting on ChatGPT. And then boom, look at that. Rise with Rudge was born. Rise with Rudge. You guys like that? It's got a little ring to it. So it's something just interesting to get everybody's wheels turned to think about, what's my brand? When people come on my page, what are they going to think about? What does my brand stand for? What are my values? What's my core? Right? What are my standards like? Came with my name, with my hair, where I'm from. Love it. So next thing from your brand, once you have a name, okay, and if you want to put a slogan, you guys can put a slogan. Mine is Define Dreams. My slogan is Impact 1 billion. Just like Nike, just do it. That's my slogan. So anybody that reads it before I even speak, my logo is speaking for me. It's powerful, right? And isn't it funny how when you start to notice that, drive around today, look at the pay attention, get really woke, and start raising your awareness on just branding itself. Look at the buildings, look at the logo, look at the name, look how clean it is, look how short and sweet and simple it is. You guys can see that. It's something that people can remember, something that's going to stick in people's brain. And not only does it have a name, every logo has a symbol. It has a picture, or it has a signature, maybe for somebody's name. So you guys can go on a lot of different websites to go in and create your logo right here, right now. If you don't know how to do it, go on Fiverr. Spend some time, spend some money, invest back into yourself, and I promise you, it's going to be worth it. Yo, RJ in the building. My man, it's good to see you. It's been a minute. Fred, let's go. Tony. So you guys can go on Fiverr. You can build your brand today. And I want you to think about one thing. Some of the biggest brands that we know, I can just say it and you automatically know the image. Nike, Reebok, Adidas, Michael Jordan has his jumping symbol. Think about, I'll give you the biggest symbol of branding in the world. And I want to prove to you that one symbol, one logo can impact not just millions of lives, can impact billions of lives. I'll give it to you. Ready? One logo. Who can give me a guess what it is? Now it's on my cars, my shirts, my clothing line. Let's go. I see you, Cedric. Who knows what the one logo that's impacted billions of lives? I'll give you an example. You ready? Does this look familiar? The cross. Think about it. The cross is nothing but a symbol. It's a symbol. Anybody that sees the cross, just one simple symbol, they can already get a feeling that can emit an energy just by looking at one symbol. And what does that symbol stand for? Peace, fight, passion, love, dedication. One symbol can ring worldwide. So don't underestimate your symbol, your brand, your value, your standards, because this is one piece that took myself to the next level. This will start to differentiate me from most people. And I'm going to give you the 5 keys on why branding is so powerful. Why it's worth it for each and every one of us to take the time today to go ahead and, if we haven't done it yet, maybe put a little bit of thought into it. Number 1 is going to be differentiation. Branding helps you stand out in a crowd. You guys realize that there's a crowd of a lot of other people doing the same things that we're doing. And if we don't stick out, if there's nothing different, well, guess what? They're going to go tune in with somebody else's channel. They're going to go work with somebody else's blueprint. So a major thing that I learned in college is right here. When it comes to branding yourself, when it comes to sticking out, it's called USP, your unique selling proposition. What is going to be able to help you stick out from the masses? Myself, stick out from everybody else. Maybe you make an ebook. We've got a fire crypto ebook that I'm about to actually give to everybody that we can all use as a piece of leverage to stick out from everybody else. Because imagine if anybody that joined our business, if they also got some free value, some free sauce that they can now utilize to grow their business, to build their portfolio, to invest into crypto. Game changer. Drop a 2 down below if you guys want to go ahead and get help on that side, and I got your back. Okay. Next step. What makes you different? Okay. Number 2 is going to be credibility. You see, when you build a brand, when you have a logo, when you have a symbol, this is going to allow you to get credibility. A strong personal brand builds trust. People just see it every single day. Before you even drop anything, when they just see your logo, you don't even have to say anything. You can literally just drop your logo and people are going to see the emotion. They're going to feel what it is that you've been putting out because you've been able to stay consistent. You've been able to go ahead and build trust. And it's something that people can remember. Okay. Number 3, the third piece, why branding is key for anybody. I don't care what you do. It's going to be networking. You see, a well-defined brand, it makes it easier to remember. Just like I just said, it makes it easier to go ahead and network with people, to collaborate, to go and share what it is that you do. This is huge right here. Okay. Number 4, the fourth key why we're taking the time to build the brand is career advancement. A strong personal brand, guess what? It opens up new opportunities. You guys ever heard? I'll give you something right here. Ready? It's called UGC. I told you I was going to help you make some money. UGC is called user generated content. You realize when you build the brand, you guys start traveling. I've had individuals reach out to me to say, D, if you go to this hotel, you shoot some content, you go to and bring it back to me, we'll go ahead and put your video on our site. If somebody books with you, you get paid. There's so many different affiliate things out there like this right now that we can get paid for, right? I've gotten paid to wear clothes. I've gotten paid to wear jewelry. I've gotten paid to wear sunglasses, right? I'm sponsored from multiple different companies for different clothing brands because I built a brand, I have a following, and guess what? If you have those 2 things, any brand can reach out to you and you can leverage their product, get an affiliate pay because you have an audience. You can now serve multiple different people and now get paid multiple different ways. If that's something that's exciting to you, drop some 5s down below. If you guys would like multiple streams of income coming into 2024, well, guess what? It's time. It is absolutely that time. And when you go to Instagram and you have a professional account, you guys can actually go through and you can actually see what partner, what brand deals that you can actually go ahead and submit yourself an invite to. And if they're ready, they'll reach out back to you. So this is huge. I'm telling you, there's a lot of money to be made, a lot of impact on the table. Last but not least is going to be control. You realize you are building not somebody else's brand. You're building your own brand now, your own movie star. And you can make it as unique as you'd like. Your surrounding image, your perspective, the way that you see the world, you can go ahead and create that image. I want to give you guys a perfect example, right? There's somebody that's inside of the business, okay? She used to be very down and out, depressed. She went through so many trials and tribulations. She would get up here and tear if she began to tell her story. But she went from somebody who was introverted, who was scared to speak, was scared to put out videos, and she created an entire new image. An image that's exuding faith, health and wellness, entrepreneurship, frequency, the spiritual side of success. And she went from Michelle to the warrior spirit. And that's how people know her now. Every event that we go to, we know exactly who the warrior spirit is. She's that individual that's going to bring the light, the energy that's talking about chakras and frequency, the spiritual one inside of the circle. So you guys are literally we are creating our own superstar. So with that being said, fam, drop your brand down today and let me see it. What is your brand? Let me know. Could be your name. Could be something like Define Dreams that you guys go out and create. And whatever it is, make it you. Make it authentic. That's the beauty of it. DJ Seahawk, I love to see it. Let's go. So, fam, with that being said, that's my training for today on the 5 keys to go ahead and build your brand. And I'm telling you right now, this is one of the most powerful things any of us can do. Because remember this, there's 4 different types of people in the world. You have those that are getting manipulated, those that work a 9 to 5, pay attention, that make 50, 40, 60K a year. Not bad. Nothing wrong with that at all. I started there as well. Okay. But then you have step 2. You have coordinators. You have those who are coordinating those at the first level. Think about managers. This is your manager at T-Mobile, your manager at a restaurant. Managers make good money. They can make 6 figures. They do pretty well, but that's only stage 2. Here's stage 3. Stage 3 is going to be those that communicate. Think about it. Communicators make millions of dollars. A motivational speaker can do one speech and get paid $50,000 just to go speak. A rapper can go to a show and get paid $200,000 for a show. Speaking, right? Think about an athlete, quarterback inside of a huddle. They speak and get paid. They can get paid millions of dollars calling out plays. Movie stars, athletes, singers, right? They speak, so they can get paid pretty well. But here's the 4th level: imagination. Imagination. This is somebody that took it out of the ether and brought it into the physical. Amazon, YouTube, Netflix, Facebook, iPhone, Apple, Nike, Reebok, all of these. Think about it, not one of these existed. Somebody took something that didn't exist, brought it into the real world, and just put some energy behind it, some faith and some work, and now created something very special. So realize that when you create your brand, you're tapping into the 4th level. And guess how much money the 4th level imagination makes? Now we're not in millions. Now we're in the billion and trillion-dollar industry, believe it or not. Yes, billions with a B. So it's worth it to take the time to use our imagination to build our brand. So, fam, if you guys got any value for today, go ahead and drop some 4s down below. Smash that like button if you guys are taking the time to go ahead and build this thing, because it's worth it. I'm excited to see it. So I love you, fam. I appreciate you. Let's have a phenomenal day. Start of the 2nd quarter. A lot of miracles are going down in May. Remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can have in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. And let's go out and make this brand into reality. See you soon, fam. It's game time. Let's grow.